Breaking Amy by Creamy Spuds. Freddy wasn't your typical 13-year-old. He was an asshole. If he wasn't in his bedroom screaming at video games, he was scaring his 7-year-old sister. Every traumatizing prank he pulled on little Amy would be worse than the last. Once he had even told her that their mother had been murdered and covered the kitchen floor with ketchup for maximum effect. He was the reason she was so unstable. She would often tell their mother that she heard whispers and had even seen ghosts wander the house at night. Freddy would giggle at that, almost proud of the damage he had done. But unfortunately for Amy, it was never enough for him. He felt compelled to break her, completely. The storm had kept Freddy awake that night. Restlessly, he tossed and turned in boredom. For a while he tried to count sheep, but even that didn't help. In defeat, he laid mindlessly watching the raindrops slide down his window. Lightning flashed suddenly, illuminating his entire room. It was soon followed by a deafening boom. Freddy smiled. He knew what was then to come. Freddy heard his sister crying through the wall, closely followed by a faint pitter-patter as she ran to their mother's bedroom. This was it, his moment of fun. He crept down the hallway and into Amy's bedroom. He prowled around her room like a serial killer, studying every inch of it. Countless ideas rushed through his mind, then he saw the closet. Freddy waited in the dark for what seemed like forever, peering through a small gap between the closet doors. He had decided that when his sister returned and settled into bed, he would begin to whisper. Then, once she was completely terrified, he would burst out and run at her, screaming at the top of his lungs. He had almost lost all hope and was about to leave when he heard the footsteps approaching. His mother opened the bedroom door and Amy slowly shuffled in. She was sucking her thumb and dragging her favorite blanket behind her. As she crawled into bed, Freddy couldn't help but grin in excitement. Freddy watched in silence as their mother tucked Amy tightly into bed, planted a big kiss on her forehead, and finally said goodnight. He waited anxiously until he heard his mother's door close before beginning. This is it, he thought, shaking in delirium. The moment I break her. Amy, Freddy whispered hauntingly. She didn't respond. Amy, he continued. Still no response. I'm in the closet, Amy, come play with me. He harshly croaked. Not tonight, Lucy. Amy calmly replied. Freddy frowned in confusion. She must be sleep-talking, he thought. Wake up, Amy, it's not Dash. A hand reached out from behind him. It pulled Freddy back into the darkness and clutched over his mouth with a cold, tight grip. She said not tonight.